What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to All Things Football. Wales are the first home nation to qualify for the next round of the Euro 2020 tournament. Unfortunately, they lost 1-0 to Italy, but they did finish first and second, respectively, in their group. I do think that's going to leave Switzerland in a spot of bother as they have, I think, a negative goal difference, which probably means they won't be able to qualify as one of the highest third-place teams. I think 4 teams that are placed third in each group can kind of go through, but since they have a negative goal difference, it's looking very, very unlikely. Now, we're going to go all the way back to Wednesday's fixtures, so the whole of match day 2, because we haven't obviously been live. We haven't seen all of the results, and we're just going to talk you through each of them. Now, on Wednesday, Wales played Turkey, and they won 2-0. Even at the last Euros, it's something about the smaller nations that they just have sort of an inspired performance. Well, the performance against Turkey was amazing.
I say it's the fighting spirit. I feel like teams like Wales, obviously they're a smaller nation, that you have to work harder. And I think that Turkey game midweek was like, it just showed how hard they worked and how much it meant to them as well. I think all their players were outstanding in that game. Yeah. Obviously, Ramsey and Roberts were the 2 players that scored the goals, but Dan James had a good game. So Dan James has a good game.
He has created the most chances at the Euros. He's created 8 chances this Euros, most out of any player. So, it's proven to us and a lot of other Manchester United fans and his critics out there that he is a good player and he can perform at the highest stage. But, I think we just have to talk about Gareth Bale in that match. I know he missed a penalty, but he got 2 assists.
Yeah.
In the last few minutes, the commentator was saying, keep it in the corner, but Gareth Bale had different ideas. Both corners he received the ball, beat the first man and got it into the box. The second one, he was able to square it to Connor Roberts, and he had the ability to put it in the back of the net. But I think any other player would have just kept it in the corner and held out for that 1-0 win. But Bale wanted more. And I think he's been on the decline for a couple of years, but he still has those world-class moments, and he has the brain and mentality to keep Wales in it and keep them thinking, yeah, we can actually progress in this tournament.
Yeah, Bale's for his country. He literally carries his country on his back because he has to perform for his country because everyone knows that he's the main man on the pitch. So he has to perform, and obviously he does perform for his country. And yeah, as you said, 2 assists in that game. And we'll get on to today's result later on, but obviously Wales have qualified, as you mentioned in the intro.
And I didn't expect them to get through the group. Everyone had, I'm going to say everyone, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. Everyone had Turkey as the dark horses for this tournament, and obviously they are going to qualify now. It's a bit of a shock, I'd say, but then at the same time, I've never really watched Turkey like that. I was just looking at the players they had. They have Burak Yilmaz, Yazici, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. They have a decent defense as well. They have a lot of good individual players. Maybe they just don't have the ability to come together at such short notice and actually build a team that can win games. Because let's be real, they should have beaten Wales. They would have given Switzerland a good game, and obviously Italy is going to be a tough game, so they wouldn't have been favourites for that. But to finish with no points, I think it's going to be quite a shock to them.
Yeah, definitely. But a team he's finishing with the maximum amount of points is Italy. They beat Switzerland 3-0 in their second game on Wednesday. Yeah. And that was their second consecutive 3-0 win. And as you can see from the title, Italy are they favourites at the moment?
If I do a live check right now, going into the tournament, France were obviously the favourites because they just come off the back of winning the World Cup and they have the best crop of players, they have the best squad depth. But Italy, they're on an amazing run. They haven't lost in over 2 years, and they didn't concede. No, they conceded against Wales, but they hadn't conceded in 10 games.
What they didn't concede. They didn't concede against Wales.
Did they not concede against Wales?
No, they kept a clean sheet. What am I talking about today's game? 1-0.
Yeah, well, yeah. So okay, I think it's 11 games Italy haven't conceded in. So they have
12 games they haven't conceded.
They have an amazing defense. Italians have always been known for their defensive abilities, and I mean, Mancini has always been a good manager as well. He's taken them to a whole different level, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did go on to win the tournament. But we have to remember that they haven't come up against a team like France or even England. I mean, I'm going to put England in there because we haven't been playing the best football, but we are a good team.
Yeah, I'll
Southgate
say
obviously
what
hasn't
I'll
found
say
his
of Italy is they have a proper manager.
Yeah,
They way that their style of play, you can clearly see their style of play, and it's been working for the 3 games they've played. So for like Italy, the fact that they can play football is, I think, that separates us and them.
Yeah. Wait, so okay. So the favorites, it goes from France to Belgium to Germany, Italy, England, and then Portugal. France is still 7-2. Italy is 6-1. So they're not quite there at the top, but I think instead of Turkey being a dark horses, it really should have been Italy, because I didn't think a lot of people had them as like, a favorite, or even they get semis or something, but they have a good team. Even their second string team today, you take out Immobile and you put in Belotti, who's a top class striker. You still have Donnarumma in goal. You still have Bonucci at the back. You have Jorginho, Verratti in the middle of the park. They have a very, very good team. They have a lot of squad depth. And when they get their first choice players back out, who knows how far they can go.
So Varna says, I don't think Southgate is that bad. England has underrated defense with a back 3. It's just, how do you play Captain Harry Kane? We'll get on to England. I think we'll answer that question when we get on to England's game. Quickly to round up Wednesday, Russia beat Finland. So now Russia and Finland are both on 3 points. So I think this last game for that Group B, is between Russia and Finland. Who gets that second place?
Honestly, every single tournament, there's a team that you don't expect. Last time it was Iceland, and I think Finland could be the Iceland. I said it in the last video. Although they lost to Russia, they do have the 3 points from the victory over Denmark, which obviously was shadowed by different things, but they have the points on the board, and they will be going into the match thinking, we're going to have to get something out of this game. We don't have a choice. Even if they get 1 point, they can still go through. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them go through. And Teemu Pukki hasn't showed up yet.
It's true. Ukraine, Russia's the next game.
What? That?
What? No, they say that's the next game for Russia. That's it. Is it?
Nah, Denmark and Finland.
Oh no, Ukraine's not in that group. He means Denmark.
Yeah.
He must mean Denmark. Denmark versus Russia the next game.
Okay.
So
Austria. That confused me.
That is actually a tough game for Russia to win, because Denmark may want to get the 3 points, because if Denmark were to get 3 points, they could finish third and could still qualify.
Denmark have a good team. Well, they have a decent team.
They have a good team. They do have a good team.
They just don't have prolific strikers. It's just their strikers. They have Yusuf Poulsen and Braithwaite up front. They don't score a lot of goals. They've never scored a lot of goals, even for their country. It's going to be a tricky one for them. And obviously, without Christian Eriksen, their main playmaker, I don't think they have that creative talent behind them. They have a decent defense, great goalkeeper, and the two in the middle, I think they play at a high level with their clubs. It's just when you get into that final third and you need that final pass, right now it's not there.
Yeah, Eriksen is a big miss. Thankfully, he's in good health, so we just continue to hope that he gets better. And on to Thursday, Ukraine, North Macedonia. North Macedonia, again, they're one of those teams. You can't just walk over them. They're going to put up a fight.
Yeah,
and they did. But Ukraine obviously still came up on top.
I mean, I think we can conclusively say that North Macedonia are out. Yeah. I can't see them picking up points anymore. It was a good fight. They had a good couple of matches, showed that they're not a joke. I think they are the lowest ranked team in the tournament, but they still can play football. You don't accidentally end up at the Euros or the World Cup. You're there on merit. And I think that's the thing that most people need to realize about this team. there's good showing, good few players. Remember, Alioski plays for them.
Yeah.
Elif Elmas, who plays for Napoli. You have Goran Pandev up front for them. They have a good few players, but it just wasn't enough to take them through to the next round, unfortunately. Well, we don't know yet. Anything can happen.
We don't know, because they could still pick up 3 points and be third.
Yeah.
Potentially. Well, their goal difference is minus, but you never know. Ukraine, Austria, second and third, both on 3 points.
I think Ukraine are a good team.
They're literally the exact same goal difference. So who do you pick between the two?
Oh, if I'm basing this purely off the 2 matches I've seen them play in the tournament, I'm gonna have to say Ukraine. Austria look weak.
Yeah,
David Alaba's not. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's playing the centre back.
Shouldn't what's his name, Arnautovic, be back for this game?
Yeah, he will be back for this game, but I think it all depends on where Alaba plays, because in the qualifiers he played solely on the left side of midfield, not defense, but as a left midfielder. But now he's playing centre back. All that tells me is I don't think he trusts the defense to do their job properly, which is why he's there. But what that does is deprive the attack of his creativity, and so they don't create as much chances. And against Netherlands, they look void of anything up front.
They didn't do anything.
Yeah,
they lost 2-0 to the Netherlands. Dumfries and Depay with the goals, and literally the Netherlands defense isn't even that good.
Yeah,
but the fact that Austria didn't harm them in any way was a disappointment.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. The Netherlands, I think, were always going to win this group. I mean, I know they don't have Van Dijk or Van der Beek. Van der Beek being obviously the more important player there. They don't have them available for this tournament, but the other teams in the group, I don't think were ever going to be on their level. Ukraine, I just think they'll go through because they're always a solid side, especially at international tournaments.
Yeah, Ukraine have been doing well. Memphis Depay just signed for Barcelona this week. Well, how much percentage do Man U get?
Isn't it? It's a free transfer.
Oh, he went for free.
Yeah,
that is a good transfer.
I would have taken. I don't understand. All of these players going for free. What about us?
Wijnaldum. I'll literally take any of those players.
I would have taken Depay instantly. We must have had first refusal or something. I think
that must be on that clause.
So that means we said no. We had to have said no because we have first refusal, but we have to see what he does next season for Barcelona. But he's playing well. He's playing well for the Netherlands at the moment. Yeah. Converted a nice penalty. It never looked in doubt. But a lot of penalties have been missed at this tournament already.
Yeah, I think it's the pressure. I think there's so much pressure.
Yeah.
Look at this attack. Depay, Griezmann, Dembele, yeah, Braithwaite cannot be included in that conversation.
Talking about Dembele though, I think he went off injured. I think he went off injured in the game yesterday.
Barcelona playing 2-3-5 next season.
Clement Longley and Sergio Roberto at the back.
But on to Friday, Sweden won, Slovakia 0. Forsberg scored the penalty, even though we're saying most people have missed. Sweden, I want to talk about the striker, Isak.
We need to have a serious talk about your brother, because he is a special talent.
This guy, he is, for like a tall guy, he's got feet, he's fast, and that run he went on if he scored that, would have been called a tournament.
I think his height, his dangliness is deceptive, because you don't expect him to have that. It's like when you talk about Pogba, he's such a big man, but he's so elegant on the ball. Isak is almost a bit like Bambi, but he's always in control of the ball.
Yeah,
he looks out of control, but he's not. And he obviously has a good shot on him, because he scored 17 goals last season for Real Sociedad, and he's proven to be a threat up front for Sweden at this tournament. Obviously, Ibrahimovic came out of retirement, but then picked up an injury, ruling him out of the Euros. And Isak is doing as good as a job as I thought Ibrahimovic might have done at this tournament, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, he definitely is. Next game is against Poland. Isak versus Lewandowski,
who finally got off the mark.
Yeah. We'll get onto that, but yeah, we're saying Sweden, they're top of the group. All they need is it just a point to qualify, I think?
How many points do they have at the moment?
Because they're on 4 points.
I'm looking at their group. Spain, man.
Varner saying that Spain will boss it.
I think they have. I think they have bottled it. Slovakia. Nah. Poland are only in it because of Lewandowski. Let's be real. They have Wojciech Szczesny in goal, decent keeper, one good defender in Glick, I think. No, but they missed Kukawiak in the last game. They have Zielinski as well, but I just think they can do whatever they want. If you don't have Lewandowski up front, they're not going anywhere.
Nothing.
He just needs one
carries
chance.
them. He carries them, and he got that chance yesterday.
It's just Spain, that group.
I feel like Spain, they obviously can pass the ball. They're very good at passing the ball, but that's it. They don't actually, when they pass it to like the number 10, for example, he doesn't turn and doesn't get on the half turn. He just passes it back.
Yeah.
They don't play progressive football necessarily, or they don't really have that striker like who's going to score those goals. Yes, Morata scored yesterday, but the way they play football is it's just not entertaining to watch.
It's not at all. I think, possession-based football is cool. You have Manchester City, they have 60% possession in most games. But this Spain team, you're looking at 70s percentile possession. I just don't think they have the players in the squad that can finish it off. Yeah, they have Morata, but he's not a good striker, I don't think. I think Gerard Moreno should be playing up front. You need to start, and they need actual wingers.
Well, Moreno missed the pen.
Yeah, he missed the pen. He should have done that in the final, but they should have someone like Adama Traore on the pitch, honestly, because he can beat 3 or 4 guys at once because of his quick feet and his strength and actual searing pace, and then he can get a ball into the box, and that's what he's been doing for Wolves. He hasn't had Jimenez for the majority of last season, so he wasn't able to get those assists on the board. But there you have someone in the middle like Morata who's good in the air. You have someone like Moreno who's also good in the air. If you have Traore, who honestly they can just, when they've passed it 40 times and they can't find it, you got Traore who can make up 10, 15 yards on one player. That could just be the out ball. That could be the through ball over the top, and then you have a cutback or a cross. I just think they need to switch it up a bit because clearly it's not working.
Because they literally could go out.
Yeah.
If they draw, they're out. They have to win.
They have to win.
So they have to play attacking football. We mentioned in the previous video that you're saying that their midfield isn't the same caliber as how they had Xavi and Iniesta in the past. And that's true, because those type of players, yes, they were possession-based players. However, an Iniesta or Xavi, they would do something different. They would drive forward, not always passing it backwards or doing a simple pass. They would go forward or drive forward with the ball and create a chance. Whereas the players now, I don't feel like they're doing that for Spain.
They're not. It's because it's just so difficult, because the crop of players that Spain had 10 years ago, I don't think it's ever going to be matched. Each player in each position, probably the best in the world in each position, bar like a couple of players, because you've got players like Ronaldo and Messi, but everyone else, I don't think you could pick a better player in each position. Now they have very good players in each position, but they're either on the decline. Someone like Jordi Alba's on the decline. They got that goalkeeper Simon. I don't know why he's starting ahead of De Gea, by the way.
I don't know. I think it's to do with the goalkeeping situation at Man U. If De Gea was not on the bench at Man U, he would be starting for Spain.
Yeah. Look, Rodri, Koke, Thiago is good. That's exactly what's going on in my head. Thiago's a good player. Koke,
Thiago doesn't start.
It's a tricky one with them, especially Koke. He's been around for how many years? What exactly does he do? What exactly is he? Because he plays on the left, right, in the center. He's not fast. He can't beat a man. He's not a set piece specialist. He's not a DM. He's just reminds me of a James Milner. I think the drop off has been incredible. Thiago, I don't think is as, me personally, people will disagree. Football's all about opinion. I don't think he's as good as he appears to be. Rodri, I think, is the one person there that genuinely should be there. I think he should be playing next to Busquets with a creative outlet in front, because then you have someone like, I don't know, Danny Olmo. He plays out on the left, but he's an attacking midfielder. I think I genuinely think it's a case of they don't have proper wingers. Yeah, same type of players playing together. They're just clones of each other.
But yeah, on to Group D. Thursday, Croatia drew with Czech Republic. It's just not going well for them. Final of the World Cup, and now they can't even beat England or can't even beat Czech Republic.
I said it before the tournament started. They're not the team they used to be. I said it. I've been saying it. They've had no Rakitic, who was obviously Modric's partner in the final of the World Cup.
What happened to Rakitic? Just not good enough.
I want to say he's injured, but he was playing at the back end of the season. I'm not actually sure what happened to him, but he's just not been playing. Maybe he retired from international football. I'm not sure. But they don't have Subasic in goal, who was one of the better keepers in the World Cup. He retired from international football. Their defenders have declined. Lovren, Vida, Salko, and I can't remember the left back. I want to say Strinic or something.
Vardio.
Yeah, it's not even the same left back. They just don't have the same players they had. Modric is the only person there who's anything near the level he was at the World Cup. But even then, dropped off. He went to Bayern Munich, won the treble. Now he's back at Inter Milan. I know he just won the league, but he individually isn't as good as he was. It's a natural decline. As you get older, your body doesn't do the same things it used to do. I'm not saying they're bad players, but compared to the Croatia team of 2018, if they played each other, they'd get slapped. It's not a surprise to me that they're not doing very well.
Yeah, their peak was probably the World Cup final.
Yeah, that was their golden generation.
From then on, they've just declined.
Yeah, I'm looking at the group now. Croatia sitting in third with 1 point, with Scotland on 1 point as well. It goes 4-4, 1-1. It's shouldn't be like that. England really should be on 6 points. But I can't see Croatia. I can't see them qualifying.
Croatia playing Scotland,
Hampden Park.
Yeah, so Scotland home advantage. It will be a tough game, but Scotland, I feel like Scotland have the fight. I feel like they can do it
with their backs against the wall. I think they'll be quite scary.
Obviously, on the same day England played Scotland, it was a 0-0 draw. Scotland really should have won. For being honest, they should have taken their chances because the game was there for Scotland to grab and win.
Yeah,
and England, I don't even know what to say about England. It just where to start? Where should we start? Is it the lineups? Should we start with the lineups? Let's start with the lineups.
Let me go and find the lineup again because it's angering me.
Okay, Pickford in goal. Okay, there's no arguments there because it should be Dean Henderson, but he's injured.
Yeah.
So Pickford's in goal. Right back, Reece James.
Honestly,
no complaints with Reece James.
I'd say Kyle Walker. I think.
Well, against Scotland, I don't think we needed Kyle Walker in that game.
I think you did. You have Tierney and Robertson on the left-hand side. I think.
But at the same time, if you remember going forward, Reece James was putting good crosses into the box.
I don't know.
I don't think Reece James was the problem, or was a.
I don't think he was the problem.
Was a problem.
The thing is, you're saying that he wasn't the problem, but there were improvements to be made, and I know Kyle Walker didn't have the best opening game, but I think he should have started because he's Kyle Walker. He's a seasoned pro. He's won almost everything he can. He's a starter for Manchester City. He's been starting for England. He got dropped for a bit, but he worked his way back into the squad. I think what Southgate is trying to do, we have a lot of young players, but we also have experienced players who are still better than the young players. You're looking at someone like, let me just find someone. Henderson. Henderson is better than Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, but he's not starting. You've got Kyle Walker, apart from Trent, who obviously isn't there. Kyle Walker is the best right back we have. You have Jack Grealish, an older player. He's better than Mount. He's better than Foden.
Doesn't play.
Sancho. What's that about?
20 goals and assists. I think that was last season. This season,
20 goals, 16 assists in 38 games.
Hasn't played a single minute.
Yeah, I think what you're as Southgate in the World Cup was speaking about not this Euro, but the next World Cup. That's the tournament he wants to win. What about this one? Why can't we win this one? You're building for the future, apparently, but you have players here on the bench who could you have. I know I've just spoken about age, but start Bellingham. Start Bellingham. You can't play two
Bellingham.
sitting deep.
Okay, so the back four I think was fine. Rice Phillips doesn't work. Bellingham, I think you said it that Bellingham should have played last week.
Yeah, he should.
And I think it's true. I've seen it now. Rice and Phillips shouldn't work. You can't have just two. Just have one. It's like Ollie all over again with Fred and McTominay. You don't need it.
That's the
just have Rice. Just have Rice, and then Bellingham, and you can have Mount in the 10 if you want, but Grealish should be playing there. Foden, I don't know about Foden starting. Why is Foden starting ahead of Sancho? Why is he starting ahead of Sancho?
Sancho had a better season than Phil Foden.
Foden doesn't even play on the right.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying about this. He has this obsession with trying to build for the future. Just play now, build for now, win the tournament now. Because just because you have these players, what you get to the next World Cup, we do terrible. What are you building for then? You had wasted time. You wasted your time here. Sancho's the best winger we have. He's the best winger we have. I'd play him on the right because he's a natural right winger. He's the only natural right winger we have. And he has an end product. It's proven, not just this season, last season, the season before, 3 seasons in a row. He's not a fluke. You have Rashford on the bench.
I feel like Rashford. I think Rashford should be left wing, Grealish number 10, Kane up front. Because if you're going to play Shaw, you're going to play Shaw and Rashford because that's the best left-hand duo in Europe this season.
Yeah.
So why are you playing Shaw? Why are you playing Shaw or Sterling when there's no real chemistry between them? Yes, they might have chemistry in training, but it's not the same.
Southgate he's so stubborn in the wrong way.
Then what he did is Kane comes off. Obviously, he hasn't had a good game. Rashford comes on up front. In this post-match interview, Southgate says he brought on Rashford to stretch the team. It was a bit too late to bring him on. It's like Ollie with his subs. It's just. I might as well put my Man U top on because why did I buy this top for us to be drawing 0-0 with Scotland?
I'm saying the next game is against the Czech Republic. Our final game is against Czech Republic. I fully expect us to win that game. But my changes would be I'd bring in Kyle Walker. I'd actually start Harry Maguire. He's back in full training.
Yeah, he is.
So why isn't he? If he's on the bench, he's fit enough to play. Start Harry Maguire in the next match. Get ready for the knockout rounds. You can't bring in Harry Maguire in the knockout rounds.
He has to start Harry Maguire.
Yeah, so he has to start, or at least get about half an hour, 40 minutes, because you can't just drop him into a knockout game because that's a whole different.
Yeah,
it's a whole different vibe.
That's a knockout game.
Yeah, you have to play him in the next game. I'd obviously keep Luke Shaw at left back because he's England's best left back. So my back four would be Kyle Walker, John Stones on the right, Maguire on the left with Luke Shaw.
Yeah, that's perfect. That chemistry, Luke Shaw left, Maguire left centre back, Rashford left wing. That
I'd play a 4-3-3. I'm gonna have to say Calvin Phillips. Although Declan Rice isn't going to get dropped, I'd put Calvin Phillips next to Jude Bellingham because there you have 2 players who can defend. I'd do it.
I feel like they're way too similar. You can't have those two. Rice and Bellingham.
Right, I can back that and I can agree with that. But my theory behind Calvin Phillips and Jude Bellingham is you can. My 4-3-3, by the way,
I think I get what you mean because
with one deep, one holding.
With Calvin Phillips, he breaks up play like no one else. He'll commit a foul and it's a tactical foul. He knows when to do it.
Yeah, he's like a Fernandinho for me. Not as good as Fernandinho, not on his level. Don't take that out of context, but he's like England's version of Fernandinho. And then you have Jude Bellingham, who's playing just in front of him, who can rotate with him. If Calvin Phillips pushes up, Jude Bellingham's comfy sitting back. Declan Rice going forward, I don't think is that good. He's good defensively, but at the same time, I don't think he's as good as he's made out to be. I think he's boring. I don't think he's the real deal. Yes, I still take him at United, but I don't think he's the real deal.
People I saw on
defensive
Twitter,
midfielder.
obviously after the game that lots of people saying, "Oh, he's just passing it sideways,
Yeah,
sideways." But then he was making the option ahead of him
you
to
have
always
to.
collect the ball. That's where you need a Jack Grealish
But you know
to
what it
be
is.
there.
But you know what it is. Think about when you play football. A teammate that isn't as good as somebody else is on the ball. You're not going to make that run because you know it's not even going to get to you. You put somebody else in there. You put Jack Grealish ahead of Bellingham and Calvin Phillips. You have players that are going to push forward every opportunity they get. When you push forward, everyone's pushing forward. You have to make that run. You don't have a choice but to make that run. And then when Grealish is on the ball, you get the ball. Or when you pass it out left to Rashford, he's going to beat a man. He's going to cut back. Someone's going to get on the edge, or he's going to take that shot off, rebound, whatever. He's going to get the ball into the box. Or, look, you have Jadon Sancho on the right. He does stuff that Phil Foden cannot do. Jadon Sancho is a natural winger. He has that natural body position. He has that natural ability to beat a man, get a crossing, or get a shot off to an actual high quality and with an end product that is a regular occurrence. Yes, Phil Foden had a good season. He had a good individual season. He's a good up-and-coming player. One of the better young players in Europe, but he's not a right winger. If you're going to start Phil Foden, you have to start him in an attacking midfield position. Yeah. You have to, because we don't have pace. We have Sterling, yes, but I think I said it on before the first game. When you have Sterling and Kane, you have two players that need service. Kane should be the only person there that gets the direct service from the wings. I don't think Rashford needs service. He creates his own things by himself. So does Sancho, and they can both provide for the striker. I think Southgate is so stuck in his ways.
What are you saying for the attack? Who should play?
Rashford, Kane, and Sancho. Sancho's not going to start. He's not going to play because Foden and Mount are going to play, but Sancho has to start on the right wing.
Again, I can see Ollie. I can actually see Ollie. He's got his favourites. Yeah, the favourites are so clear to see. And why am I supporting England? I just had a season supporting Man U, and now I'm seeing the exact same thing.
I'm literally look. Varner says Rashford, Kane, Sancho. It's fire. I can see it in my head. I can see the cohesion. Yes. I can see the pace. Imagine. Forget all the play. We're just even talking about counterattacks. We can't counterattack right now. You can't counterattack with Mason Mount and Harry Kane and Phil Foden because there's no blistering pace. Whereas Rashford's the fastest player on that pitch. Sancho's one of the top four fastest players on the pitch.
Yeah, he's quick.
Harry Kane isn't a slouch, but he needs those faster players to run off him. He needs that cutback. He needs that.
It's just like how Kane and Son worked. If you have Kane and Rashford, it'll be like how Kane and Son worked throughout the whole season.
Yep, and they've done it before. So I don't understand why Rashford isn't playing. He's just had his best individual season in terms of stats. It's not like he's come off the back of a campaign where he's only scored 8 goals and got 4 assists. He's scoring 20 plus goals and getting 10 plus assists. He's had a very, very good season. So was Jadon Sancho. But instead you pick Phil Foden on the right. Doesn't have the same stats as those players. Hasn't even played as much as those players. So why? Like, I think what Southgate has done, he's gone with the hype players. He's gone with the public.
Yeah, that's the public opinion.
That's
not even public opinion. Everyone wants Grealish to play. Everyone wants Grealish to play.
He's like a celebrity when they came on the pitch. Did you hear it? Because it's like, yes, he's finally on. It's about time.
So you're saying Grealish number 10?
Yeah, Grealish number 10 in front of Calvin Phillips. For me, Calvin Phillips and Jude Bellingham. I know I spoke about age, but Jude Bellingham has proven himself to be the better midfielder, I think. I wouldn't be mad if Declan Rice and Bellingham started, but I think Bellingham has to start.
I'll say Rice and Bellingham, but at the same time, Rice and Phillips, it'd probably be the...
Nah, I think you have to put...
the one.
Varner said Mount number 10. I think Grealish... I know Grealish is better than Mount. Sometimes you just have to...
definitely better.
What has Phil Foden and Mason Mount done in these 2 games to warrant starting the 3rd game ahead of Sancho and Rashford and Grealish? What have they actually done? Because Phil Foden's had 2 stinkers. Paul Pogba dyes his hair and drops 2 stinkers. Oh my gosh, you're never ever gonna hear the end of that. Phil Foden's done the whole Gascoigne look. He even said he's done it after Gascoigne, done this and that, and he's dropped 2 stinkers.
Not performed. He hasn't
Why
done
should he
anything.
start? Why should he start the 3rd game? There's no reason for him to start the 3rd game. Doesn't matter about the UCL and BPL medal. I'm talking about the Euros. What has he done in the Euros?
Yeah, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, he just won this, won that." Mason Mount just won the Champions League, done this, done that. But if you're not performing on the pitch, why should you start?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll move on. Obviously, our last game is against Czech Republic. And we just have
We're gonna win that. I don't have any doubts. I know we'll win that game. It's just whatever team gets picked is the team that's going to be playing in the knockout round, because you can't drop players into knockout games without any minutes.
Yeah, I think he has to play Sancho. He has to play Grealish. He has to play Rashford. He has to play Maguire. They have to, because they obviously said they can't just be thrown into the knockout rounds having not played a single minute of football.
Yeah, and I'm actually scared. If Maguire doesn't play, we're not seeing him. From a Manchester United point of view, we're both Manchester United fans. If Harry Maguire doesn't play, cool, we have him rested for next season. But I want England to go far, and I want England to possibly win this. Harry Maguire needs to play, because in those later rounds, I know who I'd much rather have. Maguire over Mings. Put Mings against the top-class attacker. I don't want to see it. I want to see Maguire with that chemistry that Luke Shaw has with him. I want to see John Stones with that chemistry of Kyle Walker. You need all the chemistry you can get. It is perfect. It's very, very perfect. And I think it has to be done. If Maguire doesn't play against the Czech Republic and he plays in the knockout rounds, don't be shocked if he has a bad game. Don't be shocked if he's showing signs of rustiness. Don't be shocked if he's turning 10 times slower than usual. Nah, Shaw's a better left back than Chilwell. Chilwell, was he on the bench for the Scotland
game?
Yeah, he was on the bench for the Scotland game.
Chilwell over Shaw, not defensively. Defensively, Shaw is better. Attacking, Shaw is still good. He's
still as good. He has more assists, I believe, than Ben Chilwell. If we're going to talk about that. But yeah, there's a few players that have to play.
Yeah, we'll move on. Yesterday's game, Hungary won, France won.
What result?
World champions dropped 2 points. That was a shock.
It was, and I mean, the group F is the group of death, and
that group. Whoever, I don't know what computer decided this group, but this group is deadly, because on the same day Portugal lost 4-2 to Germany. So we might as well just talk about both games together.
But wait, before we start, I'm looking at the points. Hungary can obviously still qualify. Unlikely, but they can, because they've got Germany. Portugal have France. France are top with 4. Germany and Portugal both on 3, and Hungary on 1. You're looking at... honestly, I don't think France are going to beat Portugal. I can't see it. Ronaldo's too much of a clutch player. He's too much of a clutch player.
Let's quickly answer this question. Would you guys start Trippier?
No.
And back to France. I'm telling you, France. No, Portugal. No, the way Portugal got popped by Germany. You can't say that France won't beat Portugal, because France can easily turn it on, and they can just pop Germany as well. Yeah, yes, Ronaldo can just come in and clutch. We all know that he got a goal and an assist yesterday.
I just think Portugal's walls. I mean, Portugal's backs are up against the wall right now. Ronaldo. I'm just talking about Ronaldo, and his supporting cast isn't bad. Supporting cast is not bad. When football is needed, I mean, when Ronaldo's needed, he always delivers.
Always,
and that's why he is one of the best
ever.
So
you're saying, so if Portugal win, well, Portugal, they don't need to win. They can just, as long as they don't lose.
It depends on the Germany-Hungary result.
Because we would expect Germany to beat Hungary.
We expected France to beat Hungary. Anything can happen.
If Portugal get a point, they'll be on 4.
With 1 goal difference.
Oh, they'll both be on the same goal difference with France.
Yeah.
So I mean, third place can still qualify. That's the thing.
If France avoid defeat, they've obviously qualified. They might not win the group, but they will finish second at the very, very lowest if they get a point. Germany, if they win, obviously go top. If Portugal win, they go top, depending on goal difference with the Germany-Hungary game. But if Hungary win, they're on 4 points. They might still be on negative goal difference, but they go above Germany. They might go above Portugal, depending on that result. Like, the group can go so many different ways, I think.
Yeah, can see the forward line: Jota, Ronaldo, Silva, Fernandes. Fernandes hasn't performed. I hate
First
hearing
game he
it from
did.
people all the time saying Fernandes not turning up in big games. And again, I haven't seen him yet.
He performed in the first game. He created a lot. I think he created two clear chances or two.
Oh yeah, he did. He was involved in one of the goals.
Yeah, he performed in the first game. It's just the last game he didn't have a great match, but neither did
France, Mbappe, Griezmann, Benzema. I think their best line is Mbappe, Benzema, and who's it? Dembele.
Griezmann, yeah. Dembele came on and came off, but he was holding his thigh. I think he picks up an injury, so I don't think he'll be involved. But Griezmann is
Look at the score prediction: France 5, Portugal 5.
No, they have to go at each other. Each team has to win to secure, to like, because you know what they're doing. Like, you know, I think this is really smart from the organizers. Final group matches, they're playing them at the same time, and I think they're doing that to eliminate any chance of so that results this.
Yeah,
let's just camp. So each team has to win. Everyone is going out to win. France, they want to win. Hungary are going to try and win because they have to. I mean, it's going to be a great day for football, but what they did with the timers of the matches at the same time, I think it's genius.
Yeah, and Fernandes can't take penalties for Portugal, it's true. But I'd rather see Ronaldo score. I'd rather see Ronaldo score a pen. And yeah, you said Ronaldo, we never know. We have to wait and see. Ronaldo, he decides what happens on the pitch. I feel like Ronaldo, obviously, he must have been upset that they lost yesterday. But deep down, he knows what's going to happen when they play France.
Yeah, man.
And I think the whole Portuguese team knows. They all know what's going to happen. Yeah, I feel like they know that they're going to win, or that they have to win.
Yeah, that's why I believe they will beat France, and I believe they will top the group. The way things have worked out, they will top the group.
We have to wait and see. But Poland, Lewandowski won. Spain 0. Spain won, not 0. I think we already mentioned this game, but we're saying Poland, they require Lewandowski.
Yeah, I think it was evident from even before the tournament started. Without Lewandowski, they're just not really that much of a threat. And I think that's normal. When you get to the smaller nations, every smaller nation has that one standout player. It just so happens that they have the best striker in the world. What if Hungary finished second? Would England miss the opportunity?
Yeah, because if we finish first, we play second place in that group F.
Yeah.
So, but if we obviously don't, we miss, and Hungary were to finish second, we'd obviously miss the opportunity to play Hungary.
Yeah, we will finish first.
Either way, we're going to be playing either France, Germany, or Portugal. We're going to be playing one of the three.
Let's be real. I don't think Hungary are going to beat Germany. I don't think they'll get a draw, but anything can happen.
That's why I'm saying that we'll play one of those three.
Very confident that England will win, though. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, I'd love to play Hungary in the next round just to ease a tiny bit of the pressure. But as I said before, you don't accidentally end up at the Euros and you don't accidentally qualify from that group. So if Hungary were to qualify from that group, I don't think the game should be taken lightly. But going back to Poland, they have Lewandowski. The pressure is on his shoulders, if there is any pressure. I don't know if they're expected to qualify from that group, but I mean, they can get 4 points if they win. It's unlikely they'll qualify because I think Spain will beat Slovakia. I think once they figure out that they actually need to win.
But Sweden should beat Poland.
One chance. All he needs is one chance.
Yeah, it's true. He only needs one. So yeah, final. It's gonna be final day drama. It's gonna be a lot of final day drama.
It's exciting. I think tomorrow it's
Group C and Group B. So that's Belgium's group and Netherlands group. North
there's 4
Macedonia.
games tomorrow.
Yeah, North Macedonia, Netherlands, Ukraine, Austria, Finland, Belgium, and Russia, Denmark.
That was a good day. I'm looking forward to that Ukraine Austria match and then Denmark Russia.
Yeah, those games are gonna be tight games. And finish off today's, obviously Switzerland beat Turkey 3-1 and Italy obviously beat Wales. Wales still first home nation through. They still qualified.
Yeah.
Goal difference saved them. And Switzerland, although they're in third place on 4 points, they could still qualify. But
we just have to wait and see.
Shaqiri, 2 goals.
He's always turns up.
That right foot. He's not even right-footed, but that finish.
It was.
Yeah, as he said, he always turns up for his nation. Does he still play for Liverpool?
Yeah, he does. He does.
He's on the bench. He doesn't even play. He doesn't actually play, but he's just on the bench.
Yeah, he's an international player.
But yeah, he can still come and give these performances for his home nation.
I think there's a lot of players that just perform in the international stage. You look at Brielle Mbolo as well. I think is one of them. Switzerland have very good individual players, and they have quite a high ranking on the FIFA charts. They're definitely in the top 10 or top 12, I think. So they're always there or thereabouts. Someone like Granit Xhaka plays like he's not the same player at Arsenal.
He's very, very different.
So I would think, to be honest, I would like to see them qualify from the group. I like Switzerland. Like, they're a team that I like. I like to watch them play. I've always liked seeing them at the World Cups and Euros. And when you have those special players that, you know, just perform at tournaments, it's fun, isn't it? It's nice to see. And Shaqiri is one of them. I like watching him for Switzerland. So I do hope they qualify. And
as for Turkey, I think they're going to be disappointed. Obviously, they only scored 1 goal throughout the whole tournament. They're now out. I feel like they would have expected to do a bit better than they have, considering they have decent players in their team. Soyuncu, their left winger, is it Kalanoglu,
I think.
Kalanoglu. Yilmaz, he plays for Leicester.
Yeah.
So they do have decent players in their team, but maybe just to be thrown into a tournament altogether, I feel like it's a bit too soon for them to obviously gel together, maybe perform how they were performing before the tournament.
Yeah. This are you a Wales fan as well? Wales, I think, have an average team. They have a few
very, very average players. You'll go into that match now. Their team is very average. I don't know how they obviously they've qualified, luckily, but their team is it's not good enough. Nico Williams.
Dylan Levitt plays for Wales. He's played about 10 minutes for Manchester United.
Ampadu, Chelsea loanee, got a red card today. Allen, what team does Allen even play for?
Stoke. I'm going to say Luton.
Stoke. He plays for Stoke. It says 31 years old.
Here.
Stoke.
I thought he left Stoke.
Ward, their goalkeeper was not really that good. Ward, he plays for Leicester. He must be like a sub.
Yeah. Obviously, they have Bale, James, and they have 3 good. Well, James is a very good player. Ramsey's a very, very good player, and Bale, you could say, he's elite level. Yeah. But those are the players that carry that team, I think. I just Wales, when they're at tournaments, they play off that high, that home nation high, and I'm happy to see them go through. But they're probably going to get knocked out. I don't know who they. No, they will play against. I think. Wait, yeah. I'm going to say Russia. If I saw it earlier, I'm gonna double check now because it was put into a chat that I'm in. Who Wales will play in the next round? I think Wales might be playing Russia in the next round if they win.
Or Finland, potentially.
Let me look at that group.
They're playing Group B. So they'll play either, is it first place of Group B?
Nah, they ain't playing Belgium. They can't be playing Belgium.
Isn't it first place of Group?
I'm on the website and I don't know how to actually check.
Because I'm pretty sure it's the second place for the first place team.
Right, round of 16. Wales versus second in Group B.
Oh, second.
So it'll probably be Russia.
Okay. But that obviously rounds up the games from this round. Tomorrow, we just say North Macedonia, Netherlands, Ukraine, Austria, Finland, Belgium, Russia, and Denmark.
Yeah.
And on Tuesday, England, Czech Republic, Croatia, Scotland. And I think it ends on Wednesday. Spain, Slovakia, Sweden, Poland, Portugal, France. Very big game. Germany, Hungary.
What group are England in? Sorry.
England are in Group D.
All right. So I'm just looking at all of these round of 16s. First in Group D, second in Group F. I want Hungary to win, man. I need Hungary to win. I want to play Hungary in the next round.
Hungary are not beating Germany. The way Germany played, I want to quickly mention one of the German players. Let me go to the game because he
talking about the left wing back.
Left wing back for Germany.
Robin Gosens.
Yes.
You know, if we didn't have Shaw, I'd have to say he's a very, very good player.
He was made better because of the way Portugal were lined up. Semedo was too far. Semedo was dragged into the pitch to cover. And then obviously they're playing with wing backs and he just had all the space in the wing.
Yeah.
And Semedo couldn't get out to him in time. So he had so much space that game. It made him look, obviously give him credit, he's a good player, but I feel like Semedo made him look better than he actually could be. I don't know. But he did obviously get a goal. I think an assist as well.
Yeah, he got a goal disallowed as well, but he's a good player and I'm happy for him. It's his first tournament for Germany, like playing, so it's nice. It's nice to see the new players come through, I think. He's not very young though, I don't think. I want to say mid-20s, but
let me check. Gerson, 26.
Yeah.
Plays for Atalanta.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he plays for an attacking team anyways, so I guess he's used to that attacking football.
And next week is going to be very good games next week. We'll probably film on Tuesday. I don't know, after the England game, or actually no, might as well do it on Wednesday, after France, Portugal, because that'll be the end of match day 2, match day 3. Yeah, match day 3. Sorry.
Varner saying Gosens is the incarnation of Podolski.
No, he actually had a strike. He's
a good player.
Yeah, he was a good player. And I think obviously if only I had him in my fantasy team.
You know what, man?
You have dropped.
Yeah.
That's why you were keeping quiet. That's why you didn't want to talk about the fantasy.
No, you know what?
Dropped down.
You know what it is? My job. I'm tired. I keep forgetting to look at the thing. But I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry.
I remember last week you were trying to call me out. And now look.
I'm 20th. I'm 19th. Okay.
Look, you're 9 points ahead of me. The gap before.
So I'm still ahead of you. I'm still. The
gap last week was much larger than that, and now it's 9 points.
150 points. How many points do I have? 89. Rotted. Oh.
How does he have 150 points?
This guy's on crack. He's just picked the.
No.
You know what it is? Look at that defense.
His team is very good.
Alaba's a midfielder in this.
This guy's team is good.
Dumfries at the back.
So Anton is on 89 points. I'm on 80 points. And the guy who's top of our league is on 150 points.
I'll bring it back.
So, Varner's on 146 points. So if you're in our league, you'll be third. Is it too late to join our league, or can people still join?
See, I don't know. I don't know if you... No, but think about no, I think it would be too late because if imagine a number one player in the world just joined every league, he'd win it all. You know what I mean? I think it.
Oh, because it goes from that game week that they join.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. Yeah, you couldn't.
Like in this, I still have. Two of my players didn't even play. Insigne and Spinazzola didn't play because they didn't need to.
I haven't used any of these power stuff. Limitless. I don't know what that is. I haven't used it.
It's a wild card. I'm gonna obviously I can't make transfers before the next like game day, so I have to make transfers around the 16. That is when I make my comeback. That is when I do it. And I'm gonna have to take out Yazici because he's getting knocked out. I'm definitely gonna take out Gerard Moreno.
I took out Kane. I had to take out Kane.
I'm probably gonna. I want to do that as well, but I know as soon as I take him out, he's gonna bang a hat trick or some.
No, I know he's gonna score next game, but I replaced him with a guy who's also gonna score. Lukaku's gonna score against Finland.
Lukaku's my captain. They should make it so you can triple captain like Fantasy Prem. But I'm definitely gonna keep Lukaku, Meunier, Bruno Fernandes, and Ilkay Gundogan if Germany get through, obviously, but. Man, I'm suffering, man. I'm dying. I'm on my last legs.
Moreno, I replaced all my Spanish players.
You know what? Let me make these transfers now.
But yeah, I think as you make your transfers, I'll end the show. Thank you everyone for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back on Wednesday after the crucial game, France-Portugal. Ronaldo, hat-trick. I'm going to captain Ronaldo, and he's going to get me the points. So we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.